and welcome back to my channel. And today we have another haul follow-up. I believe this is number 9. I wonder when I'm gonna stop like numbering them and just be like haul follow-ups, because eventually it's going to get to a ridiculous number that's going to be way too embarrassing to list. If you recognize this look, this is from my Kat Von D Saint side of the Saint and Sinner palette tutorial. So I will leave that link down below for you guys. But let's just get into the haul follow-ups because it's a pretty good one this time. If you like this kind of video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe and tap that notification bell to be notified of more videos. And let's just get into this. Firstly, I would like to talk about the stuff that I got from Shop Hush. If I have videos or anything about any of these products, I will leave those linked down below for you guys. First off, we have these Oaklawn Glowing Palette Shimmer Kits. Oh my goodness. They are good. But one thing that I noticed, especially with this one, and I don't know the name or whatever of this one, which is the more like Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild-esque one, is that yes, they go on really beautifully, but I noticed that throughout the day, the shimmer kind of faded, and then you were just left with this like, you know, purple tinted, silver tinted, white powder on your face, especially on the tip of the nose. So they last good for probably about 2 to 3 hours, but after that the shimmer just kind of falls off and they aren't the same. They really are a true powder. They aren't the same formula as say the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones that are much more creamy and smooth and just they have a sheen rather than glitter or anything like that. But if you are looking for a affordable highlighter kit that, you know, is gonna fall off your face in 3 hours, then I would recommend picking this one up. This one, however, I did not notice the shades falling off nearly as much as, say, this one. Now, that could be because the formula of this one just is a bit chalkier, because doing those kind of pastel shades kind of can lend itself to having that sort of feel, but these ones all performed really beautifully. I absolutely loved Moonshine, Beam, Amorous, Stellar, and Glimmer. Gilt right here is obviously way too dark for me, and I'm even pushing it with Amorous, but this one was really good quality. I found that they lasted throughout my skin. They do maybe just a teensy bit accentuate texture, and that's just because they are more powdery and they aren't that like true cream sheen buttery formula as, you know, we're used to from kits that aren't friggin' $12. You get what you pay for in some sense. So both of these I actually really enjoy. I still need to find out if Oaklawn is cruelty free or not, because they are nice to have, and especially for traveling. If I'm going to Tennessee and I want to take makeup, but I don't want to take, you know, my expensive makeup in case it breaks while I'm on the plane or yada yada yada, these are really nice to have. And also for someone who is just either starting out in makeup or someone who wants to just dip their toe into some nice holographic highlighters. Now, a highlighter palette that totally just blew my mind is this Bad Habit Rosé one. It's so good. It is not an exact dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerrero, but if you missed out on that or you just love highlighting, I would highly recommend picking this one up because it is just so good. Oh my goodness. This shade Shine is almost like an exact dupe of, I think it's Forever Lit. I will leave that whatever link down below. And these are just such beautiful shade. I absolutely love Cheers, hashtag all day, Champagne. Just like the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, I can make all of these shades work for me. And the fact that this is $10, it's amazing. So this one I would highly recommend you guys checking out. I will leave a link to Shop Hush down below. This was just so stinking good. Definitely a standout from that whole haul. Another one that I really enjoyed is this Bad Habit Royals palette, which skews very modern Renaissance. This is not a, what's the word? This is not a dupe for the Modern Renaissance, but the colors, like all the colors are just like a half, a quarter of a third of a little bit different, a little bit usually not as intense, though the crown and the queen, the two shimmers up here, do pack a very big punch. I used this palette and I feel like swatches don't do this palette justice, because I did a whole video and I did swatches of this against the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance, and the swatches were like crap. But I've used this on my eyes multiple times and the pigmentation is bomb. The blendability, this thing is just so good. I was surprised by how crappy the swatches were. I guess it just proves that swatches don't tell all. I mean, you don't know how a product is going to perform. This performed superbly well. I mean, once again, for traveling, if I don't want to take my Modern Renaissance, I can just toss this in. If it breaks, it was $10, and it still gives me the same beautiful, warm, red-toned looks that I love with the Modern Renaissance. Next up, we have these Oaklawn 8-color matte eyeshadow palettes. These were the dupes of the Lime Crime Venus 1 and 2. I had the Venus 2, I own the Venus 1, and I must say these shades are a lot more pigmented than the Venus 2 that I actually had. I was very pleasantly surprised with this, except for the shade Boot right here, which is this like black with chunks, like not finely milled, not shimmer, chunks of big giant glitter. Fallout Central, this shade wouldn't blend worth the darn. So this one, every bit except for that shade, I really, really enjoyed. And these were on sale for $8. And then this one looks so familiar. This one was just, it was just good. Once again, not an exact dupe, but if you are looking for a palette in that color family, you got it right here. Where did that come from? Oh my goodness. If you want a palette and you are drawn to these colors, I would highly recommend this one. This one is $8 as well. You get a mirror. The construction of the package is exactly the same as the Lime Crime ones. It's the exact same box and everything, just different friggin' print. Oh my goodness, just really enjoyed this. I love this one just as much as I do my Lime Crime one. Once again, same as the first. I want to take these colors with me and I don't want to take my expensive ones with me. These are getting tossed in the bag. Let's talk some Wet n Wild stuff. First up is this Photo Focus Face Primer. I think I have found a new holy grail primer. I am wearing it today with the Photo Focus foundation, but this primer plays very well with other foundations, which not all primers do. Oftentimes you get a primer and it works with the foundation from that brand, but not all the other foundations you got in your collection. But this one, it works really well. What I like about it is, especially when I wear it with the Photo Focus foundation, is it gives me such a like beautiful matte finish without being either dry, flaky, cakey, or flat and dull. Even though it's like a matter finish, it's still very radiant and healthy, and just, I was so happy. I think this is like freaking $4, whatever. And it's freaking cruelty free. I'm so happy about this. For dry skin, finding a good primer is like key, and I'm so happy about this. Okay, before we get into the Wet n Wild, let's talk about a dud. So sad. This is the Hard Candy, oh my goodness, Rose Gold Highlighter. Okay, the first time you use it, you're like, oh, it's pretty. And it's, it's very glittery, and you're like, okay, all right, it was only $6. And then after you use up the glitter, nothing comes off on a brush. I have tried my e.l.f., you know, small angled brush. I've tried that new Wet n Wild one that I got. I've tried my fan brush. After you get rid of the overspray on this, there is absolutely like nothing coming off. It is just this little of whatever. And I was able to get like one really good use out of it, and that was all the overspray. So that one is a pass, which makes me sad because all the highlighters I've tried from Hard Candy have been a pass. Then we have got some lipstick and whatevers. Let's do these and this one. This one is totally awesome. This is the Unicorn Soul lipstick. I mean, basically it's Too Faced's Unicorn Tears lipstick. It's that blue with a little bit of a pink shift. Absolutely love this. Then we have these ones from, I think they're Halloween ones because they're crazy shades. These ones are all really good and beautiful. They're very pigmented. This blue one right here, you do have to build up a bit. It is not as good as like here. We have this gray, which I have worn multiple times. You can see there, the blue is just a lot patchier compared to the gray. And I understand formulating a blue is not easy. And then we have the black here, which I was very impressed by this one. It was very creamy and easy to apply. And then we have the Chilled to the Bone color. We're going to do that one up top here. This one was also really nice as well. So I was very pleased with these. I love having inexpensive, crazy colored lipsticks because it's how I roll. So these were a definite pleasant surprise. Then we have my liquid catsuits. You guys know I love these. The Widow's Peak black one, definite yes. The Sleepy Hollow gray, definite yes. And the Terrifying Tangerine, definite yes. This one is a beautiful color. This is Goth Topic, but I don't know if it's just me. No, it's definitely not just me. Let's see if I can show you. The applicator seems a lot like fuzzier than the other ones, so it's harder to get a precise line in case you like those like little tufts of whatever get on the edge of your lip, and then you have to go fix it, and then you overline, and then it's just a horrible, terrible mess. I love the color. Dealing with the applicator is just a bit of a pain. Like this one is a lot smoother. It's more like a velvet rather than like sticks of fabric poking up out of there. But I do love the formula. These are absolutely amazing. I highly recommend checking out the Wet n Wild liquid lipsticks. And these were just all absolutely beautiful, except this one was a little bit of a pain to work with because of the applicator. I don't know if that's because this one's from the regular line and these ones are Halloween ones. If they switch that up, I'll have to check that out. But absolutely loved those. Then let's get into like the, oh wait, I have one more. Sorry. This is the So Revitalizing Rose Mist. I have been really enjoying this. The only thing I don't like about it is the nozzle. Oh my goodness. I used to be like, when I would watch people do videos and they'd be like, the nozzle is everything. I'm like, oh no, it's not that bad. The nozzle is everything. Oh my goodness. Like I'm used to like my Tarte ones or even my Mario Badescu, my Pixie. This one is definitely an inferior nozzle, and it just like just sprays everywhere. But the product inside is really nice. It has a lovely rose scent. And although I can't tell if it's, you know, hydrating my face too much, it definitely does revitalize my skin, make it brighter and prettier. And it does actually reduce redness as well. I don't have a lot of redness, but like, you know, where my dry patches are. So that was an added bonus. So I definitely like this. All right, let's talk Lorac Mega Pro 4. I have a whole swatch video review on this bad boy. If you haven't seen that, I will leave all that crap linked down below. The mattes are so-so. There are some really good mattes like Spice, Blackberry, Mahogany, Cedar, Oat is okay. I do like Light Sage. I've used this a lot more since the review that I did, but the shimmers are absolutely beautiful, but overall, this palette isn't a Mega Pro that I would say you have to run out and go buy. It doesn't have the, what I feel, the versatility that the other Mega Pros had. So if you missed out on this, or if, you know, you're not planning on getting it, I wouldn't say, no, you need to go out and get it. It's really pretty. I like having it in my collection. I'm a collector of Lorac products. I have already hit pan on, not pan, oh my goodness, hard pan on this shade Flamingo, which I find very common with a lot of Lorac pink shades like that. But it's an okay palette. It's all right. It's not something that I'm absolutely obsessed with, although I really do love the shimmers. But overall, I don't regret buying it, but this is not a palette where I'm like, yes, you need this in your life. If you're drawn to the colors, I would definitely recommend swatching it in store. If you have a friend who has it, ask if you can test it out, but formula and color selection on this, it just doesn't make it a like, you need it now palette. Now, a palette that you do need right now is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I have an unboxing for this where I am totally freaking out. I will leave that link down below. This palette is everything my dreams are made of. I'm wearing shades from the Saint side on my eyes today. Leave that, you know, tutorial, whatever, freaky frack, down below for you guys. She always kills it. She always kills it. There is not a palette or a holiday palette that she releases that I don't absolutely love. Her stuff is just so good. I mean, the packaging alone is just, it's just so beautiful. But the quality of the shadows inside, that is why I always get the Kat Von D holiday release palettes, because I am never ever disappointed in the quality of her palettes. They're always amazing. She just has such phenomenal quality control with her products that when it comes to eyeshadow, I don't think she's ever released a dud, at least in my opinion. I'm absolutely obsessed with this palette. I'm going to be using it so much during this end of the year here before it goes, you know, no longer on sale and yada, yada, yada. I'm going to be using the crap out of this thing. I love it. It makes me so happy. And if you love Kat Von D, if you like, you know, any of the colors of the shadows in here, because they're all absolutely beautiful, I would highly recommend going and seeing if you can't get your hands on this. Well, there we have that haul follow-up. We don't have too many duds. Obviously, this was a very positive haul, except for that Lorac Pro, which I love, and it's nice, and the shimmers are good, but it's just kind of meh overall. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any of these products, what you think, if you're planning on getting them, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!